Have you ever wondered how the Roman Empire managed to defend its vast borders against relentless invasions? The reign of Marcus Aurelius, Rome's philosopher-emperor, was marked by one of the most challenging conflicts in its history, the Marcomannic Wars, also known as the Germanic Wars. These battles were not only a test of Rome's military strength, but also a reflection of Marcus Aurelius' personal leadership and resilience. In this video, we'll delve into the causes, strategies, and legacy of the Germanic Wars, uncovering how Marcus Aurelius defended the empire during one of its most turbulent times. If you're passionate about ancient history, subscribe to our channel and join us as we explore the fascinating stories of the past. The Germanic Wars, 166 to 180 AD, brought Rome into direct conflict with fierce and resilient tribes along the northern frontier. Among the most prominent were the Marcomanni, Quadi, and Sarmatians, each posing unique challenges to Roman dominance. The Marcomanni, a powerful Germanic tribe, had long maintained a precarious relationship with Rome. Initially acting as a buffer state beyond the Danube, they took advantage of Rome's weakened state due to the Antonine plague and began launching raids into Roman provinces such as Pannonia and Noricum. Their invasions disrupted trade, displaced populations, and threatened Roman settlements. Allied with the Marcomanni, the Quadi were another Germanic tribe that sought to exploit Rome's vulnerabilities. Known for their guerrilla tactics, they used the dense forests and rivers to outmaneuver Roman legions, making them a persistent threat. The Sarmatians, a nomadic people from the steppes, added another layer of complexity to the conflict. Renowned for their cavalry, they often acted as mercenaries for other tribes or launched independent raids, creating chaos along the Danube frontier. These tribes were united not by centralized leadership, but by shared desperation and opportunism. Their incursions forced Rome to mount a prolonged and costly defense, testing the limits of Marcus Aurelius' military and diplomatic strategies. The Germanic Wars exposed significant vulnerabilities in the Roman Empire, many of which were exacerbated by concurrent crises like the Antonine plague and economic strain. These challenges left the empire struggling to maintain its dominance and defend its vast borders. The Antonine plague, likely smallpox or measles, ravaged the empire during Marcus Aurelius's reign, claiming millions of lives. This pandemic weakened Rome's military by drastically reducing the number of able-bodied soldiers and leaving the legions under strength. Furthermore, the loss of laborers and craftsmen caused widespread economic stagnation, with agricultural production and trade severely disrupted. The prolonged wars placed an enormous financial burden on the empire. To fund military campaigns and fortify borders, Marcus Aurelius had to sell imperial assets and raise taxes, creating discontent among the population. The treasury struggled to cope with the costs of war, pestilence, and infrastructure repairs in the devastated provinces. The continuous pressure on the Danube frontier exposed Rome's inability to adequately defend all its borders simultaneously. With much of its military strength concentrated in the north, other parts of the empire were left vulnerable to threats. Sensing Rome's weakened state, the Marcomanni, Quadi, and Sarmatians launched coordinated raids into the empire. Their guerrilla tactics and familiarity with the terrain gave them a distinct advantage over Roman forces, forcing the legions into a prolonged and costly conflict. Rome's vulnerabilities during this period underscored the empire's reliance on strategic leadership and resilience to overcome its challenges. Marcus Aurelius's efforts to stabilize the empire became a defining aspect of his reign. The Germanic Wars tested Marcus Aurelius not just as a ruler, but as a hands-on leader who shouldered immense responsibilities during one of Rome's most turbulent periods. Unlike many emperors who delegated military matters, Marcus took a highly active role in leading the empire's defense. Marcus Aurelius spent much of the war stationed at the front lines along the Danube River. This was an unusual commitment for a Roman emperor who typically relied on generals to manage military campaigns. His presence was a morale boost for the troops, symbolizing the emperor's dedication to the empire's survival. By personally overseeing operations, Marcus ensured strategic coherence and strengthened the loyalty of his soldiers during prolonged and exhausting campaigns. During these campaigns, Marcus wrote his philosophical masterpiece, Meditations. Composed largely in military camps, this work reveals the inner struggles and resilience of a leader burdened by war, loss, and the weight of empire. His stoic reflections served as a guide, not only for himself but for future leaders, on how to maintain clarity and resolve under extreme pressure. Faced with a depleted army due to the Antonine plague, Marcus made bold decisions to reinforce his legions. He recruited gladiators, freed slaves, and even conscripted criminals to fill the ranks. While controversial, these actions underscored his pragmatic approach to crisis management. His leadership extended beyond the battlefield as he negotiated with tribes when necessary, balancing military might with diplomacy to maintain order. Marcus Aurelius's personal involvement in the Germanic Wars showcased his unwavering commitment to his role as emperor. His blend of philosophical wisdom, hands-on leadership, and strategic pragmatism cemented his legacy as one of Rome's greatest leaders. The Germanic Wars required a mix of strategic brilliance and relentless effort to defend the Roman Empire's northern frontier. Marcus Aurelius, with his generals, orchestrated a series of military campaigns and defensive measures to counter the relentless attacks of the Marcomanni, Quadi, and Sarmatians. The Danube River was the natural boundary separating the Roman Empire from Germanic tribes. Early in the conflict, Marcus prioritized fortifying this crucial border. Roman engineers constructed new forts, reinforced existing structures, and ensured that supply lines remained intact to support the legions stationed along the frontier. Rome adopted a strategy of swift and decisive counterattacks. After enduring devastating raids on provinces like Pannonia and Noricum, Roman legions retaliated by pushing deep into enemy territory. Generals such as Claudius Pompeianus led campaigns that drove the Marcomanni and Quadi back across the Danube. These operations reasserted Rome's dominance and prevented further incursions. One of the most significant victories came when the Romans decisively defeated the Marcomanni in a series of battles. However, the campaign was not without challenges. Guerrilla tactics used by the tribes, coupled with Rome's manpower shortages caused by the Antonine plague, prolonged the conflict and placed a heavy strain on Roman forces. While military strength was critical, Marcus also relied on diplomacy. He negotiated treaties with certain tribes, turning them into client states or allies. This approach helped stabilize the region and allowed Rome to concentrate resources on more aggressive adversaries. Marcus Aurelius's military strategies and campaigns demonstrated a balance of defensive preparation, offensive tactics, and strategic alliances. This combination allowed Rome to maintain its northern borders during a time of extraordinary crisis. During the Germanic Wars, Marcus Aurelius envisioned a bold plan to annex territories north of the Danube River. His goal was to create two new Roman provinces, Marcomannia and Sarmatia, named after the tribes that occupied these regions. These annexations would have fortified the empire's northern borders and provided a buffer zone against future invasions. This ambitious strategy reflected Marcus Aurelius's commitment to long-term security. By incorporating these regions, he aimed to stabilize the frontier and extend Roman influence deeper into barbarian territory. The annexation would also grant Rome access to valuable resources, such as fertile land and manpower, to reinforce the army. However, the annexation plans faced significant obstacles. The prolonged wars and the devastating impact of the Antonine plague had drained Rome's resources, leaving the empire struggling to maintain its existing territories. Additionally, Marcus Aurelius' death in 180 AD halted these ambitions. His successor, Commodus, abandoned the plans and opted for peace treaties with the tribes, prioritizing immediate stability over expansion. While unrealized, Marcus Aurelius' annexation plans underscore his strategic vision for a more secure and expansive empire. They remain a testament to his determination to address Rome's vulnerabilities and ensure its survival in the face of relentless challenges. Aurelius's resilience and strategic leadership in defending the empire during a time of crisis. Despite the immense costs, both human and financial, His campaigns preserved the stability of Rome's northern borders and delayed further incursions. Marcus Aurelius's writings, composed during the wars, offered timeless insights into leadership under pressure. His legacy endures as a philosopher-emperor who exemplified wisdom in action. What do you think was Marcus Aurelius's greatest achievement during the Germanic Wars? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical insights.